We are yeast sisters.
I don't want you to be yeast sisters with my dad. Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are recounting some funny couple stories. Now, might sound boring. I don't know if any of you have heard Paige tell a story.
Well, first of all, I feel like you built this up a lot. They're not even couple stories. They're more like either embarrassing or just dramatic events. Traumatic events, really.
Traumatic.
We're able to look back at and laugh at.
Now, but not even close at the time.
We need you guys to blast the thumb, subscribe, and we need the notification bell ding-a-ling-a-ling. Holly wants me to be quick, so everybody put your goggles on.
Wait! Put your goggles on and thanks Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video. Proceed.
Thanks, Squarespace. Bye-bye.
Okay, story number one haunts me to this day, and I don't quite think I can shake the feeling. I need you to start because I'm still pissed that this happened.
Oh, okay. If you follow us on Patreon, thank you. You may already know the story, but let's just set up the scene. So here I am, minding my own business. It is a beautiful weekday morning, and I'm doing my makeup in the get ready room. Holly walks in, frightened.
Frightened?
Well, a tad frightened.
No, spiders don't bother me that much. Like if I saw one in the corner, I would just leave it be. If Paige sees one, it needs immediate evacuation. What are you looking at?
I must leave.
Okay, Paige, please use your words. It's a spider.
Get it. Please, Holly Burns customer.
It's not even that bad.
You're jumping ahead when they didn't even know there was a spider. Not,
but you're saying I'm frightened. Why would I be frightened?
You ruined what you were frightened at. You just
because I'm not frightened.
Okay, fine, we'll start over. Here I am, minding my own business, sitting on the floor doing my makeup. Holly walks in.
Thank you.
To her dismay, there is an object on the ceiling. I look up and gasp because there is one of the world's largest spiders in the crevasse, or the crevice as some would say, of the ceiling to the wall at the top corner, okay? We're talking 90-degree angle here. There's that big fat spider just chilling there. Here I am doing my makeup peacefully for the last 30 minutes, not knowing there is an intruder above me.
Maybe if it didn't take you 30 minutes to do makeup, you never would have seen it, and none of this would have happened.
Then we would have woken up with it in our mouths. It is a true fact. Somebody fact check me.
It's a myth.
You swallow at least like 6 spiders a year or something.
There, then they should be more scared of you.
I would have choked and died. Yeah, so why the f are they in this house?
You're trying to get away from your mouth. And you keep going like this. Oh! They're probably like,
oh my god, help me.
Don't even go there because that is where this story is headed. Not eating, but something else. So, anyway, transition. There I am, freaked out about the spider. I go, Holly, you have to kill it. If you guys don't know, Holly is the spider killer of the house. We've made a deal since the start of dating.
What's the deal?
The deal is that you will kill all spiders, I will kill all snakes.
How many snakes have you had to kill?
None, thank God, but the day that it happens, it's
what about
for all
that
those
snake we saw at
spiders.
the cottage and you froze in fear?
I didn't. I grabbed you and I moved you in front of me. No, okay, no, I really would. If there's a snake in the house, I promise I'd be the one to deal with it. Look at everybody sees it. It's on live TV.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
As soon as I said, Holly, it's gotta be done. You gotta terminate this. You come out to the kitchen, you grab a chair, you ask me to grab you some Kleenex. So I grab a nice wad of toilet paper because she's gonna squish this mofo. We're not one of those people that catch it and release because that shit's gonna come right back in my mouth again.
My dad does that. Isn't that nice? Not for you, but for the spider, it's nice.
Yeah.
And its family.
Me and your dad are no longer friends.
Well, we'll see how good of friends you are in an upcoming story, won't we?
Anyways, Holly, god damn it. I hate that
I just thought of another story that we'll tell in another video. We'll do that in another one.
We just made that really dramatic and annoying. If you guys want the story, you need to comment this. Okay, we're really getting off topic.
Okay, wad of Kleenex in hand.
Wad of Kleenex
chair
in hand.
under my feet. I'm approaching the spider from underneath.
Yes.
The stealth attack. I don't want to grab at it like this because it has all directions to escape. Where if I come up and squish from underneath, it's nice and quick, and then I just scoop its innards off the wall and go about my day. I found that works in the past. Squish fast with fingers.
Thank you for the detail.
Well, I don't want to feel it in, you know?
That's the worst. The explosion of the abdomen.
Don't say it like you know.
Do you think that I've never killed a spider?
You would hit it with a flip-flop. There's no goddamn way you would approach with the cleaner.
I have.
With the
but I have. years ago. I'm troubled to this day because of that. God, I keep getting off topic. I know what Holly's gonna do as she's approaching. I'm thinking, great idea. I take a step back, and for some reason, something in my soul wanted to record it for Patreon vlogs. I was about to get my camera out, and I'm like,
You were frozen with fear.
I was in a
because
lot
it
of
was
fear.
big. And the thing is, if this thing fell, it would fall into Paige's makeup.
Right, and if that would have happened, we would have thrown the whole makeup bag away. So
Yes.
there was no error to be made.
No.
Although there was one. Holly is in motion on the ladder.
Chair.
Sorry, the chair. Holly has Kleenex in hand. 3, 2, 1, go. Slides up the wall. As she's sliding up the wall with the Kleenex, all of a sudden, out of her hand,
Snags on something small on the wall.
and all of a sudden, it tumbles through the hand.
But the velocity of the upright motion
There's no stopping.
could not be stopped.
There she goes, fingers the literal spider to absolute oblivion. It is just completely eliminated. She deleted that spider, and as she hit that, it was too late. She could not stop, and we both felt and heard it. She released her hands in a rage, and at that point, you really gasped and shrieked. And I saw the glossy guts on your hand. And I knew that that was a juicy spider, probably pregnant. Here I am, now realizing what's on your fingers, and I start gagging. No.
She was literally like, sorry. Sorry.
It was very difficult for me.
She didn't want to leave the room and leave me alone, but she also didn't want to throw up in front of me, so she kept pacing in and out of the doorway going, sorry. I'm like, don't you dare. I'm the one with this goddamn thing under my fingernails. Everything was just so mad.
Yeah, well, the spider had a good time. For about 3 seconds. A good way to go.
That's how you want to go.
Yes, exactly. Fisted to oblivion.
Is that the title of today's video? Fisted to oblivion.
I love that. It's got a nice ring to it. Yeah, well, that is story number 1. We hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a personal favorite of ours.
I actually thought of another spider story as well. We have so many spider stories.
Why do we have so many? We're like the spider queens or something. We need to find a place where we can just put all of our spider stories, like a post or a blog.
I think you're right, Paige. And do you know how easy that would be? Using the tools and templates on Squarespace, today's sponsor.
Tell me about it, Holly.
I sure will.
Squarespace is a website building platform where we built this super cute blog in just a few clicks.
Their award-winning templates made it easy to document our hilarious stories from start to finish.
Their blogging tools include the ability to categorize, share, and schedule your posts, making it super easy to keep the fam up to date.
We hope you're ready for text, pictures, and video detailing these stories in immense details.
If you guys are interested, you can head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, you can head to squarespace.com/Paige and Holly to get 10% off your first purchase of website or domain.
Thank you, Squarespace. No more spider stories, except for one.
I swear to God, that wasn't planned.
Bitch pound?
Yes.
That was so good. We aren't kidding about all these spider stories.
Yeah.
We do have a second story that involves spiders. About 2 weeks after the very first spider fisting story. This is still fresh. This is still like too soon type of vibes. Here we are in the hall. You guys know our long hall down here that leads to our bedroom.
That one.
Ta-da.
It's pretty skinny.
Holly and I are just chatting away one afternoon. I don't know what we're talking about. Must have been important. All of a sudden, in the middle of you talking, I see something from the corner of my eye.
Hold on. What were we watching?
We were in the middle of the Dahmer series. Good point.
Okay, very spooky, very creepy. Honestly, put us on edge in our own home. My back is to the bedroom. All of a sudden, Paige glances and shocks in horror over my shoulder, right? Think, Jeffrey Dahmer, dark hallway, Paige looking at me in the eye, then all of a sudden going,
And I only did that because out of the corner of my eye, something came a doot-doot-doot down the wall. Here comes a ginormous spider again. You gotta think, skinny walls. So it's not like it's far away going, oh, that's a big spider. Oh my God, that's a big spider. It's right there. But Holly doesn't see it yet because like a horse with blind spots, so does she. She doesn't know what I'm aiming at. So and then you, in terror from the Jeffrey Dahmer, freaked out, and instead of just like, I don't know what, moving out of the way or turning around, what did you do but go, and grabbed onto both walls, and of course, as she does it, the one hand absolutely straight up spam banks a spider against the wall and destroys it again. The spider drops to the ground completely pancaked, and we laughed so hard. You were so angry with me.
I was so mad. She went, and I went, and then I scared Paige, and she saw the spider go.
I was literally about to grab you to go, not there.
I didn't know I had killed the spider. So then she screams at the spider. Then I scream that she's screaming again. Then she screams that my hand's in her face. So it's literally like, and it just went on for way too long. I think I had a bruised shoulder how hard I went into one of the walls. And only after I calmed down did she tell me that I did in fact spank the spider. And then I look, and thankfully it wasn't on my hand at that point.
It was on the ground. The evidence was there. I wish I could do the mathematical equation. There is an entire wall that she could have pancaked her hand against. Why was it as the spider's crawling down, they cross the X and Y correlation path. They cross paths at identically the same time. Somebody give me the math on that, because that was intense. You were upset with me, but then we laughed about it.
We did. And we laugh about it now, but at the time, not so much.
Yeah, the funniest was that it literally was within 2 weeks of the first spider story. So that was good times.
Sure was.
And she hasn't touched me since.
Because you don't want these blood-soaked hands.
I don't, you murderer.
No, another day.
No.
Third story is still hard to tell. I can kind of laugh about it. This one is more awkward for Paige.
This is just embarrassing, and if you've made it this far, congratulations. You can turn it off if you want, because this is extremely uncomfortable for myself.
This definitely brought Paige much closer with my family, in particular, my father.
Right on.
Who doesn't want that? We're in England to set the scene. Paige feels discomfort in the nether region, let's say.
Don't say nether, you make me sound 100.
In the nether region, she finds discomfort. She's going, oh no, Holly, I think I have a yeast infection. So I'm like, no worries, Paige, what do you need? I myself aren't yeasty as a human. You yeastier. So
this is really sick. The way you're beginning this is really sick. I trusted you. And for what?
Yeasty Paige says to non-yeasty Holly, I think I have a yeast infection. I can't drive. We don't have access to a car. Everything is very heavily reliant on my parents for getting us from A to B. In hindsight, I've got no idea why I didn't just say, hey mom, can we do a quick run to Boots, need some stuff, and then Paige could discreetly buy it on her own. That's exactly what I should have done.
Yeah.
I think my mom can attest to this. I believe I said to my mother discreetly, Mom, Paige has a yeast infection. She needs stuff, whatever you have for a thing. A pill.
I don't think this happened.
It did. Can you drive us so we can get it? And my mom goes, oh, Dad'll just get it, don't worry. Dad's got to nip out anyway.
Sarah.
That's what I think happened. I'm putting the blame fully on her.
Well, we're gonna have to discuss and see if that's true. I need to set the scene in addition to the yeast infection vibes going on. You're
I need to drink a whole lot. Would you like some water?
Yes, please. All right, setting the scene in addition. Oh, might be some yeast.
That's not another region, honey.
I don't like that you're using that term. You don't ever use it? Why would the cameras on you using that?
I'm taking a page
Stop.
out of your book.
No, I don't use nether.
You use weird words when we film. Weird words and phrases.
Blast the thumb, the get ready room. Crevasse, the explosion of the abdomen. Juicy spider, probably pregnant. Spider fisting. Like a horse with blind spots, so does she. So the X and Y correlation path. The yeast infection vibes. This was not our most recent trip to England. This was my very first trip.
Yeah.
My very first one out there. I love your family, always have.
You're still getting familiar with them though.
But we were not nearly as close as we are now. Now they would come to the doctor's appointment with me, really.
Sure would.
They wouldn't, I just want to be clear with people. They would not. At the time, brand new. I am nervous, like it is still very fresh.
Yeah, you're on best behavior
Yes.
type of vibe.
Yeah, yeast infection in the travels.
Rampant.
Okay, take it easy. Type 1 diabetic, get them a lot more often than type 1 diabetics. I thought that the story more so went that I told you I think I got one and need to get some medication, and you ran on down to your parents both being there and stated it.
No, I didn't. I told my mom discreetly, and she says, oh, it's not a big deal. I think she probably said that Dad's picked them up for her. My dad bought me tampons growing up. He was pretty desensitized to that stuff.
There's a big difference between tampons and yeast pills.
To men, I'm not sure. I think they just don't want to touch any of it.
Either way, the worst part of all of this is I never got a choice. Nobody asked me, hey Paige, do you want Holly's dad to know that you have a yeast infection and to go pick up your yeast infection pills? Nobody asked me that. I didn't get a say. I was just told he was on his way.
To her horror, you were so upset and embarrassed.
Yes. Now, anyone who's not from England may know it as a yeast infection. Not a great term, but there can't really be much worse. But then there's England. And England does not call it a yeast infection. They call it thrush. I don't even know if Mark knew what a yeast infection was or if it was translated to a thrush upon exiting and delivery, but he went out and had to go pick up thrush pills. I'm gonna throw up when I say the word. I couldn't look the man in the eye.
No, for the rest of the trip.
No, even to this day.
There's a bond between you that could never be broken.
It's true. We are yeast sisters.
I don't want you to be sisters with my dad. That has to be the opening comment.
Ah, that's so funny. So
yeah.
that's the
Do you know what?
story.
In hindsight, that was my fault. That was
I'm glad you can now look back on this and say that. This was everybody's fault but my damn own. My body worked against me and nobody was on my goddamn side.
the thrush pill was. Cleared you all up in a couple days.
I hate the word. I hate the word.
So yeah, those are a couple of stories.
Every time we like remember one or think of something, we write that bitch down. So if you guys liked these stories, we literally have a million more and can think of more all
and
the
I had
time.
so much fun filming them.
I know,
I
me
mean,
too.
I-
Reminiscing on the good old days.
That they are.
If you guys want it, what should they comment? What's something special they could do that nobody else would know? Something like random and weird.
Ooh.
What about bread?
Gusp and just the word bread, because no one will know what it means except for if you know, you know. Like a secret code
Bread.
word.
Yeah,
Bread.
that's it. So thank you guys for joining, and glad you know us on a deeper level.
Yes, keep all of this to yourself. Tell no one.
Nobody.
This
can't get
stays
out to the
between
public.
us and you. Okay?
Better hold that in.
We
Love you guys.